Our nation's number one song from Oelwein-District Field here tonight as the Decorah Vikings get ready to take on the Oelwein Huskies. This will be the way the Huskies will come to the plate. Leading off in left field, Tyler Vogel. Batting second, the pitcher, Taylor Gilson. Hitting third, the catcher, Mason Shannon. Batting fourth, the designated hitter, Hud Johnston. Johnston will bat for the third baseman, Kyle Bauschke. Hitting fifth, the shortstop, Jake Mullis. Hitting sixth, the first baseman, Andrew Berg. Hitting seventh in center field, Wade Michaels. Hitting eighth in right field, Jake Smith. And batting ninth at second base is Amos Miller. That lineup will face Kyle Kane. He wasn't himself the other night, only lasted 2 1/3 against Cresco, but getting the ball once again tonight. He's 7-2, 11th start of the year, 58 2/3 innings, 54 hits, 17 earned runs, 11 walks, and 49 strikeouts. His ERA 2.03, his opponent batting average against 2.22. Kyle has not faced the Oelwein Huskies this year, kind of an unusual circumstance when you face a conference team in a district final, Luke.
Yeah, it definitely is. Usually you'd have your top pitchers, battling it out all year long, but this might be kind of an advantage here defensively, especially the first time through the order.
The umpires assigned for
Bob Jacobson will call the balls and strikes, and Donnie DeLora working the base pass. Tyler Vogel will bat from the left-hand side of the plate against Kyle Kane to get things going here tonight. And the first pitch comes your way at 6:58. It's a changeup for a swing and a miss. No balls and one strike. Vogel batting from the left-hand side with a .321 average, 4 doubles, 1 triple, no home runs, and 10 RBIs. Next pitch out of the zone, 1 ball and 1 strike to count. Defensively for the Vikes, Cole Sweska in left, Gavin Nimrod in center, and James Osley in right. 1-1 delivery, swinging a foul back to the screen. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Josie Jewell at third. Jake Qualley is at short. Colin Nimrod at second, and at first base, Bryce Pierce. Austin Ashbacker behind the plate with Kane on the hill. An off-speed breaking ball just missed the outside edge, and it's 2 balls, 2 strikes on Vogel. 2-2 the count, and the pitch from Kane swung on, bloop towards the third base side. After it is Josie, and he'll make a lunging grab on the infield grass for the first out here in inning number 1. That was a tougher play than it looked, Luke.
Yeah, it was. It was a good pitch. It got him in on the hands and kind of popped him up with a little backspin. And Josie had a tough time reading that off the bat, but luckily he got to it in time for the out.
And Taylor Gilson will bat with 1 down, nobody on here in the first inning of a scoreless game. And Gilson hitting .276, 3 doubles, no triples, no home runs, and 21 RBI. Gilson in from the right-hand side of the plate against Kyle Kane. And the first offering is a curve for a strike taken at the letters. No balls, 1 strike on Gilson. Gilson with the stick was 2 for 9 against Viking pitching this year. The 0-1 delivery, a fastball up. It is 1 ball, 1 strike. Cloudy skylights have been turned on, and they are already taking effect here at Oelwein-District Field tonight. 1 ball, 1 strike to count from Kane to Gilson, and the pitch swung on, popped up right side. Retreating is Colin Nimrod. He's called off by the right fielder, James Osley, who makes the catch in shallow right for the second out of the first inning. So quickly, 2 up, 2 down here in the first for Mason Shannon. Shannon was the toughest out among Husky batters for Decorah pitching this year. 4 for 9, a triple, and 2 RBIs. The pitch swung on and missed. It's no balls and 1 strike. Shannon at .327, 6 doubles, 1 triple, 1 home run, and 24 RBI. No balls, 1 strike to count on Shannon. And the 0-1 delivery, a curveball, a little nubber as it actually hit him in the box, and it's a foul ball. So it's no balls and 2 strikes. I'm sure you heard Bob Jacobson through our microphones.
Yes, he did.
They might have heard him in Kilmer, too. Made it clear, 0-2, fastball up. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Stuck with the plan there on that 0-2 pitch. Went up kind of near the eyes, but serving a purpose there.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Kyle kicks and deals, and the 1-2 delivery, an off-speed pitch grounded towards third and foul. And it's 1 ball, 2 strikes on Mason Shannon. Huskies won 2 of the 3 games against Decorah, but they only scored a total of 6 runs against Viking pitching this year.
Yeah, that would tell you that we're in for a good low-scoring ball game here tonight.
And Taylor Gilson, he knows how to bring it on the hill. He'll take the ball for the men of Jason Gerhardt again this year, or again tonight, I should say. He won the district semi the other night as the pitch swung on, fouled away, right side and out of play. And that one got the Husky bus parked over on the first base side. So it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. The district final opposite this one, Waverly and Clear Lake, was rained out, moved to tomorrow night. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. Kane delivers, the pitch swung on and fouled back, so Shannon hanging tough at 1-2.
Yeah, we've got a pretty good battle going on here. The pitcher's just changing speed, changing location, and the batter's just fighting off some pretty good pitches here.
1 ball, 2 strikes to count. Kane ready, and the pitch swung on and missed. A good battle, but Kane wins the war, gets his first strikeout, a 1-2-3 first inning, and a way better start defensively than he had on Friday night.
Yeah, that was night and day, and it starts with the pitching, and it starts with strike 1. We really got after it with strikes there, and this is the kind of start you look for. It kind of builds a little rhythm, and it gets the momentum in your side.
So Taylor Gilson will go to the hill for the Oelwein Huskies here in the bottom of the first inning, and he will face this Decorah lineup. Leading off at second base is Colin Nimrod. Batting second, the shortstop, Jake Qualley. Hitting third, the designated hitter, Dustin Carey. Carey will bat for the first baseman, Bryce Pierce. Hitting fourth at third base, Josie Jewell. Hitting fifth in right field, James Osley. Hitting sixth, the pitcher, Kyle Kane. Hitting seventh, the catcher, Austin Ashbacker. Hitting eighth in left field, Cole Sweska. And batting ninth, the center fielder, Gavin Nimrod. That lineup will face Gilson. He's 1-0 against Decorah. He gave up 7 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned, 2 walks, and 4 strikeouts. And that was in the first game of a doubleheader on the 4th of June down in Oelwein. Gilson's only given up 5 earned runs in his last 6 starts on the season. Gilson making his 12th start, his 16th appearance, 8-3, a 1.27 ERA. Opponents only hitting 127 against him. 83 innings, 50 hits, 15 earned runs, 28 walks, 113 strikeouts. And he has 2 saves on the season as well.
Yeah, judging off warm-ups, it looks like he starts with a straight fastball and kind of works in an overhand curve and kind of a side-armed fastball from there. So it'll be a challenge for our hitters tonight.
Colin Nimrod will bat to start things here in the bottom of the first inning. Nimrod at .221. No extra base hits and 14 RBI. And an excuse-me swing and a foul ball to the first base side. No balls, 1 strike on Colin Nimrod. Colin hasn't lit the world on fire when it comes to his batting average, but the on-base percentage still .333. Very acceptable for a leadoff hitter. And the next pitch, a strike at the letters, and it's 0-2 on Colin. Colin against the Huskies this year, 2 for 9 with an RBI. The next pitch out of the zone, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Just past 7 o'clock on Vikings Radio 1240 KDEC. Decorah swinging a foul at the plate. Game being transmitted through the transmitter of AM 1240 KWLC tonight. We thank Jennifer Cantine and the folks up there for helping us out on that end of things. This pitch goes high. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes on Colin Nimrod. Gilson, a quick worker. He gets that ball, gets right back on the hill. And the pitch swung on. A chopper to the left side. Charging there is Molis. Barehand pickup. He'll throw to first base, and he'll throw wild. Collins going to make his way to second base. Throw from Berg to second base. Collin in with a head-first slide. I didn't know about the gamble initially there, Luke, but Collin gets second base. He's there with nobody out.
Yeah, that play started. It looked like it could have been a heck of a barehand play by the shortstop, and Collin did a good job in taking that extra base there. I think it was a wise decision in the end.
Jake Qualley will bat now for Decorah with a runner at second base and nobody out. Qualley, a .345 hitter, 3 doubles, no triples, no home runs, and 21 RBI. Qualley against the Huskies this year was 3 for 11. It's becoming a human night as Qualley squares the bunt, slaps one toward short. It's picked up there by Molis. He'll throw to first base. A high throw gloved over at first base, actually by the second baseman, Amos Miller. and your typical routine 6-4 ground out, and there's one down here in the first inning.
And even though it didn't move the runner over, I really like the fake bunt swing call. As Oelwein's defense was on the move early on that square round, it really could have found a gap there.
And Dustin Carey, who's hitting .379, will bat 8 doubles, 1 triple, 4 home runs, 24 RBIs. First ball swinging, he fouls it right side and out of play. No balls, 1 strike. Runner at second, 1 down. Bottom of the first inning, no score between Decorah and Oelwein. Huskies defensively, Tyler Vogel, Wade Michaels, Jake Smith left to right in the outfield. Around the infield, Kyle Bauschke, Jake Mullis, Amos Miller, and Andrew Berg, and Mason Shannon behind the plate. A curveball taken on the outside edge for a strike, and it's 0-2 on Dustin Carey. Carey had a bomb of a home run on Friday night. No balls and 2 strikes the count. And the 0-2 delivery swung on, popped up, foul right side, and that one is going to reach the seats on the first base side. And it's no balls and 2 strikes. It was talking with a few people, of course, with the new bat era coming in 3 years ago. That was by far the longest home run at this field with the new bats.
Yeah, that ball was crushed.
I'm not going to put it in the Jason Oelwein-District middle of the football field category yet, but 0-2 delivery, a foul tip into the glove of the catcher Mason Shannon, and there are 2 down here in the first inning. So Nimrod reaches second with nobody out. Now there's 2 down, and Josie Jewell coming to the plate in a scoreless game. Bottom of the first inning, Josie 6 for 10 against Husky pitching this year. 2 doubles and an RBI. .377, 12 doubles, 1 triple, 4 home runs, 34 RBIs. He swings the first one and fouls it back. No balls and 1 strike. 0-1 the count from Gilson to Jewell. As the sky is starting to clear, and it looks like we are going to be okay for baseball here for the rest of the night. Just did, knock on wood. Fastball up, 1 ball, 1 strike. Elliott knocked on his forehead over there just to help us all out. What are you going to do there, Luke? Okay, a little knock on wood. So if it's raining, it's my fault. Pitch high and outside to Josie. It's 2 balls, 1 strike. I'd imagine with the success Josie has had against Husky pitching, you don't have to give in to him here.
Yes, I wouldn't, especially with that base open.
2 balls, 1 strike to count. Josie tried to ask for time. It wasn't granted, and he swings and misses. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Yeah, I didn't think he asked for it early enough.
Because Gilson was pretty much into his motion when he asked. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count. Stretch and the 2-2 delivery. High and outside for 3 balls, 2 strikes now. Runner at second, and 2 down here in the bottom of the first inning of a scoreless game. Gilson comes set, and the pitch swinging a foul back. So the count remains 3 balls, 2 strikes on Josie Jewell. Vikes trying to take advantage of the game's first base runner here. Colin Nimrod reaching on that 2-base error to start the game. Pitch swung on, smacked up the middle and through for a base hit. Colin Nimrod rounding third, coming to the plate. The throw to the plate from Michaels is in front of the bag as the throw goes home. Josie up to second. It is a 1-0 lead for Decorah.
Yep, great at bat there by Josie. He fought off some tough pitches and really made him pay when he got a good one to hit. Good to take the lead in the first inning.
Josie Jewell with RBI number 35 on the season, and James Osley will look to keep it going. 1-0 Decorah. Osley at .295 with 8 doubles, no triples, 1 home run, and 26 RBI. Osley was 3 for 11 with an RBI against Husky pitching this year. 1-0 Decorah. The error in the base hit results in the first run of the ball game. And the first pitch swung on, popped up foul, right side, and out of play. That one just missing the rendezvous. Parked beneath the tree over there on the right side.
That tree protects everything, though.
At the very least, I hope Coach O has paid his deductible. The pitch swung on, popped up, foul, right side. Angling over is the first baseman, Berg, but that one going to land on the roadway heading up to the football stadium, and it's no balls, 2 strikes. 0-2 the count. The pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. A good morning, good afternoon, and good night to Osley. But the Vikes take the lead. 1 run, 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 left. We head to the bottom half of the top half of the second inning. Decorah is the home team tonight, and Decorah leads it 1-0 on the RBI single with 2 outs by Josie Jewell. A good start defensively and timely hitting in the bottom of the first inning there, Luke.
Yeah, it was really nice to see us pick up that run after we got that runner into scoring position on the throwing error. But that's exactly what you're looking for in a game like this, is the 2-out hitting, really scratch out runs.
Again, we will have no commercials in tonight's ball game because we are running it through the transmitter of KWLC. We had a power failure shortly after 5 o'clock at the KDEC studios. I understand a lot of the Locust Road area had a power failure. I talked to Elaine Lohr, who's taking tickets tonight, and they were without power. I believe you guys up on Randall Drive were without power as well.
Yeah, we were without it. We ate dinner in the dark.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't the first time. Won't be the last.
Probably not.
But I'm sure Martha's cooking was good as usual.
Just as good as it always is.
Hud Johnston will lead things off here in the top of the second inning as the Vikes have a 1-0 lead. As Johnston pops one first base side and a step into foul ground. Bryce Pierce will make the catch as Johnston chased a curve on the inside portion of the plate. Didn't get solid aluminum on it, but Bryce Pierce there to make the play.
Next, Jake.
1 up, 1 down here in the top of the second inning, and Jake Mullis will come to the plate. Mullis was 0 for 5 against Viking pitching this year. First pitch swung on and missed as Kyle starts him with the changeup. Mullis on the season. Batting from the right-hand side, will take the next one low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Mullis at .234. 3 doubles, no triples, no home runs, and 8 RBI. 1 ball, 1 strike, and the pitch taken low. It is two balls, 1 strike. On Jake Mullis here in the top of the second inning. 2-1 delivery, swing and a foul back. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Kane has retired the first 4 he has faced after only going 2 1/3 the other night against Crestwood. And the pitch swung on, fouled away, right side and out of play, so the count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. Winner of this one goes to New Hampton for the sub-state final on Friday night. This is the 4th time in this 21st century that Decorah and Oelwein have met in the postseason. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count. The pitch, curve ball grounded towards left field and past the lunging Jewell and into left for a base hit. So Mullis becomes the game's first base runner for the Huskies.
Yeah, that time he just left the curveball up around the belt and good hard contact and snuck through that left side of the infield.
So, a runner at first and 1 down, and Andrew Berg to the plate for the Huskies. Berg on the season, a .304 hitter with 3 doubles, no triples, no home runs, and 13 RBI. First pitch, a fastball up. It is 1 ball, no strikes. And sometimes after retiring 4 in a row, you head to that stretch and you're a little bit more uncomfortable.
Yep, you got to get settled back in, especially that first time you get into the stretch during a ball game.
Berg 3 for 6 with 2 RBIs against Viking pitching as the next pitch sails high. It's 2 balls, no strikes. Of course, the last time these two teams got together in a postseason was exactly 4 years ago today.
Was it really?
It was over in Charles City. You remember that game at all, Luke?
I remember it pretty well, actually, Darren.
2 balls, no strikes to count. The stretch and the 2-0 delivery. Pitch is low for 3 balls, no strikes now, as Kyle Kane falls behind Berg here in the top of the second. 3-0 the count. The stretch and the 3-0. There's a strike right down Broadway, and Kyle will try to battle back. It's 3-1. We'll see if Coach Gerhardt puts anything on here on 3-1 as Molis has a decent lead at first base. Molis bluffs going, pitch swung on and missed. Beautiful changeup. It's 3-2.
Yep, now you got to finish off the at-bat. You got to keep coming with strikes.
3-2 the count. As Molis 3 strides off the bag at first, held on there by Bryce Pierce. Keene comes to a stretch. Molis goes, pitch swung on, a pop up to the left side. It's caught there by Josie Jewell. Back to first base quickly goes Molis. There's 2 down here in the second inning, and a good comeback at bat from Kyle Keene.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to start batters 3-0, and you don't often finish with weak contact like that, but that was a good job of battling back and getting an out.
And Wade Michaels will bat with a runner at first and 2 down here in the top of the second inning. Michaels was 0 for 2 against Viking pitching this year. He's the center fielder tonight. He's also the number 2 pitcher for the Huskies as Keene steps off the rubber. No balls, 1 strike to count. Michaels on the season, 261, 4 doubles, no triples, no home runs, and 8 RBI. Molis bluffs going again as the curveball taken low. Nice stop by Ashbacker behind the plate. And it's 1 ball, no strikes. Ashbacker back behind the plate. Hovden got the start behind the plate last night. 1 ball, no strikes to count. The stretch by Keene and the 1-0 delivery swung on, smacked foul. Right side, not a play. So it's 1 ball, 1 strike. That was another thing the other night, balancing the fine line between reason and excuse. And Kyle's the last person that would want an excuse. He had a different catcher the other night. Sometimes, does that play a little bit into a pitcher's mindset?
You know, it could. A lot of times, in the major leagues, you always hear about somebody having a personal catcher, certain pitchers that way. So that could play into, especially mentally.
Pitch swung on, popped up. Right in front of the plate. Kyle Keene is under it. He will make the catch to retire the side. So, 1 hit and nobody left. Let's head to the bottom half of the second inning. It is a 1-0 lead for Decorah. Again, we have no commercials in tonight's ball game because we are, due to a power failure, we lost power up in the Locust Road area. And Luke and I can just talk. Good thing he was a political intern this past semester. You know how to filibuster a little bit, don't you?
Yeah, you bet. Getting pretty long-winded.
So, inning and a half through. We are 1-0 Decorah. So far, a good start for the Vikings. Timely hitting, and the pitching has been there, as has the defense. And Kyle has thrown 31 pitches through his 2 innings. Maybe a touch more than you want, but still a very acceptable total.
Yeah, this far, I'd say the location is night and day. And you got to give Oelwein a little bit of credit. They're fouling off some pitches, too, to kind of drive that pitch count up.
Oelwein's been a team that has relied on their pitching.
Just the game opposite this one was rained out tonight, Waverly and Clear Lake.
Oelwein has 5 shutout victories this season. And 10 of their 22 wins, they have scored 4 runs or less.
Wow.
As Kyle Keene swings the first one, grounds one to the right side. It's booted there by Amos Miller, and Kyle Keene will reach.
Yep, definite error on that play, but pretty good, pretty well hit ball, and like we say, good things happen when you hit the ball hard.
Hovden will courtesy run for Keene at first base, and the baby bull comes to the plate, Austin Ashbacker. Ashbacker on the season, 268, 2 doubles, 1 triple. No home runs and 14 RBIs. So Hovden at first base and nobody out. In at third is Bauschke as Ashbacker comes to the plate. He pushes up the first base side. Gilson will field and just tag Austin politely.
Very politely.
And there's 1 down here in the second inning, but Austin gets the job done there with the sacrifice bunt.
Yep, perfectly executed. If he would have gotten a little bit harder, you might have pushed it right past that pitcher too, but nonetheless, great job.
So Cole Sweska with an opportunity to bat here, with a runner at second base and nobody out, as Sweska looks at the first one on the outside edge for a strike. No balls and 1 strike. Sweska on the season, 4 for 14, calculates out to 286. A double and 2 RBIs on the campaign. No balls, 1 strike to count. The pitch It's taken low. It is 1 ball, 1 strike. Got away from the catcher and heading to third is Jake Hovden. He'll get there with a head-first slide.
And Darren, the reason he made it there is he made that read right away, made that decision right away, and he's able to get into third safely.
And we talked a lot about the wheels of Jake Hovden as Decorah leads at 1-0 with run number 2, 90 feet down the line at third. It's one thing to have wheels. It's good. It's another thing to have good baseball sense, and that was good baseball sense there.
Perfect example of it.
1 ball, 1 strike to count. Pitch high and tight. It's 2 balls, 1 strike. Bauschke playing up at third base. Berg back at first base. They're back at 3 spots on the infield. Bauschke playing up at third. The pitch well outside for 3 balls and 1 strike now on Sweska.
Pitcher does like to work very quickly, but right now you might wonder if he's going a little too quickly, especially over the last few pitches.
And here comes the squeeze as Sweska gets it down. It'll be a squeeze play, sacrifice bunt. As Jake Hovden scores, it's 2-0 Decorah.
And you know, nobody here was really expecting that on that pitch, and it was perfectly executed. Pitch was kind of high, and he stayed on top of it and scored the run for us.
Gilson fielded it, sacrificed, and tagged out Sweska as Jake Hovden scores on the play. Base is empty, 2 down, 2-0 Decorah, and Gavin Nimrod swings the first one and fouls at third base side, and out of play, no balls and 1 strike. And you know, that's where I'll go back. You got a 50-year head coach on there, and you know, anyone who says he's losing it, who squeezes on a 3-1 pitch and makes it work there?
No kidding.
The
Only
pitch
the master
goes outside corner for a strike, and it's 0-2. It's similar to a district final last year where Qualley, I believe, got a squeeze play down on a 3-1 pitch. Pitch swung on, fouled away. It's still no balls and 2 strikes. So half of it is knowing that sense of when to roll the dice and get the job done. And it was a great call there, but more importantly, the execution was better as the pitch goes outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1-2 the count on Gavin Nimrod. The 1-2 delivery sprayed into left field, and that one is going to be drop in front of the left fielder Vogel. So Nimrod on with the 2-out single to left.
Good piece of hitting by Gavin there, just dumping that ball the other way. Really like it when we have that opposite field approach going.
So Colin Nimrod will look to keep the inning going. Runner at first, 1 in, 2 down. Colin Nimrod reached on an error and scored in the first inning. 2-0 Decorah here in the bottom of the second inning. The stretch by Gilson and the pitch swung on and missed at a high fastball. It is no balls, 1 strike to count on Nimrod. In the sub-state opposite this one, Waverly and Clear Lake rained out till tomorrow night. 0-1 delivery, a chopper up the middle. It's fielded in front of the second base bag by the shortstop Molis. He'll throw on to first base to retire Collin, and that's that for the second inning. But another profitable inning for Decorah. 1 run, 1 hit, 1 error, 1 left. Aces have been good to Decorah to this point as Decorah leads it by a 2-0 margin. As we go to the third inning, Darren Swenson, Luke Kane tonight. Again, no commercials on our broadcast tonight. We had a power failure at the radio station, and AM 1240 KWLC is where we're transmitting this broadcast from. Always good to have those time-sharing agreements, so in situations like this, we can get the game on the air. Unfortunately, our streaming isn't working tonight, but we will get that on the archive as soon as possible. We have started a new thing, a KDEC Sports YouTube channel, and every time within 24 hours we hope to get those broadcasts up so you can relive them for you. It's good waste of time at work.
Yeah, you know, it really is. I've actually listened to a few during class.
Really?
Yeah.
But yet you're still
Top half of the third.
Still doing well.
Great hitter, Jake Smith.
and that's half the battle. Because if it starts affecting your job performance or your academics, then we have a little bit of an issue. As Jake Smith will bat to start things here in the third inning. As the fastball goes high, it's 1 ball, no strikes. Apparently there might be some clouds off to the southwest. I know Bob Jacobson and Adam Riley were talking in between innings, and obviously we can't see in that direction from our vantage point here on the third base side. Fastball for a strike, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Riley has the lightning detector here tonight. 255 doubles, no triples, no home runs, and 9 RBIs for Smith. Pitch swung on and fouled at the plate. It is 1 ball, 2 strikes. Jake Smith was 1 for 4 with an RBI against Viking pitching this year, as Luke's going to get his radar up. The 1-2 delivery just missed the outside edge and a little high as well, so it's 2 balls, 2 strikes on Smith. 2-0 Decorah here in the top of the 3rd inning. 2-2 delivery, swung on, popped up, straight back. Austin Ashbacker heading back towards the fence, and he's going to make the catch. The baby bull reached for the fence, reached back at the last second, and came up with the ball.
Yeah, that was very nicely done by Austin. Took his time getting back to the screen, like we always say. Kept a good tempo getting there, and caught the ball right up against the fence.
1 down, nobody on. And there's a lot of green on the radar, but none falling right now. There's a ground ball off the bat of Miller, fielded at third by Josie Jewell. He throws a strike over to first base and Bryce Pierce. And 2 down here in the 3rd inning. So first time through the order, only 1 hit given up and 1 strikeout for Kane. He'll see if the Huskies can't figure anything out here the second time through the order, as Tyler Vogel will come to the plate. Popped to third in the first, 0 for 1. 2-0 Decorah here in the top of the 3rd. Cal Kane ready, and the first offering is outside for 1 ball, no strikes. And Kyle's been pretty efficient with the pitch count. That's only his 38th, as that one sprayed out into left center field, and Vogel gets a base hit. Second hit for the Huskies, Vogel on with 2 outs here in the 3rd inning. Hits are even at 2. Huskies out airing the Vikings 2-0, and the Vikings leading in the stat that counts 2-0, as Taylor Gilson will try to help his own cause here. He flew out to right his first time up. Vogel now 1 for 2 on the night after that base hit. The pitch swung on, popped up, shallow right field. Underneath it is Colin Nimrod. A step onto the outfield grass. He will make the catch to retire the side. 1 hit and 1 left. We head to the bottom of the 3rd inning. It is a Decorah lead of 2-0. So far through 10 batters, 2 hits, 1 strikeout, no walks for Kyle Kane.
Yeah, defensively we've been pretty good so far, and it really starts with strike 1. And, that's the difference between the start of Friday night and tonight's game has been the pitchers throwing strikes.
So we go to the bottom of the 3rd. It'll be Qualley, Carey, and Jewell. Vikes got a 2-out run in that first inning, with Jake Qualley on a 2-out single to center, scoring Colin Nimrod, and a squeeze play off the bat of Cole Sweska to score Jake Hovden in the 2nd inning. So Gilson has given up 2 unearned runs. We talked about it. He's only given up 5 earned runs, and in his last 6 starts he has given up more runs than that, but the Husky defense hasn't been exactly stellar in helping out Gilson this year, as Qualley will come to the plate. In fact, Gilson's given up 27 runs, 12 of them that have been unearned. As Qualley looks at the first one high, 1 ball, no strikes. Qualley grounded out to short in the first, 0 for 1. There is some dark skies, but they're off to our south right now. As the pitch taken up, it is 2 balls and no strikes to count on Jake Qualley. 2-0 with nobody out here in the bottom of the 3rd inning, a 2-0 lead for Decorah. As the pitch taken low, it's 3 balls, no strikes. We mentioned Oelwein only scored 6 runs in the 3 matchups against Decorah. As the pitch taken high, ball 4, 3rd straight inning that the Vikes have gotten their leadoff runner on. Oelwein didn't give up too many either, as Decorah only scored 6 runs in the 3 games.
Yeah, I think we'd probably be in for a pretty clean game here, and we have really this far.
Dustin Carey will bat from the right-hand side. He struck out swinging in the first, 0 for 1, moved to first base, and quality back to the bag diving. Vikes struck out twice in that first inning. They're coming off their 5th game this season on Friday night where they didn't strike out at all.
And that's really important offensively.
Carey squares to bunt, does so right in front of the plate. Gilson will barehand. He'll throw to first base and Berg covering. Sacrifice complete. 1-3, so the Vikes doing those little things correctly here.
Yeah, we've had perfect execution so far when we've employed the small ball. We've 3 for 3 now on the bunts.
And Josie Jewell will come to the plate. Jewell, an RBI single to center in the first inning with 2 outs to get the first run of the game home. First pitch inside corner for a strike. It is no balls and 1 strike. Some oohs and ahs from the Viking fans on that one. No balls, 1 strike count. The 0-1 delivery, a fastball up for 1 ball, 1 strike on Josie. Josie now 7 for 11 against Husky pitching this year. Stretch, a look back at second. Second look at second and the 1-1, high and outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. Of course, again, with first base open, you don't have to give in to Josie here, but you're already down 2-0, so outs almost get to the more important point than a deficit, and here they're intentionally walking Josie.
Yeah, I'm not, especially with 1 out, I'm not so sure I would do this, especially with Osley coming into the plate. You don't want to put yourself in giving any more away than you have to, but we'll see how it works out for him.
Osley struck out swinging on 3 pitches to end the first inning, 0 for 1. First and second, 1 down, third inning, 2-0 Decorah. Gilson will roll and throw to second base. Back to the bag diving is Jake Qualley. Very good crowd as we look out the bleachers here. Bleachers off to our left full. Of course, the grandstand very popular tonight as it's smacked into left field and through for a base hit. Rounding third, coming to the plate is Qualley. The throw to the plate is cut off. They throw behind the runner at second. Josie back to the bag diving. 3-0 lead for Decorah.
And another timely hit, this time from James. Hard hit ground ball, snucks through the left side. Just got to keep moving him down the line now and keep tacking on as many as you can.
27th RBI of the season for James Osley. Jewell at second, Osley at first. Kyle Kane will try to help his own cause. He reached on an error, and his courtesy runner, Jake Hubden, scored in the first inning. Forgot to ask Kyle what it was like actually scoring a run the other night.
I'm sure it was weird for him.
First pitch, low and outside, 1 ball, no strikes. The other night, Sweska had entered the game as a courtesy runner, and Jake Hubden was a starter, so Kane got to actually run for himself. And Wheels Kane lived up to the nickname. The 1-0, high and outside, 2 balls, no strikes. Not the original Wheels Kane, who's standing to my left right now.
Yep, you better clarify that.
Kyle hasn't done a lot of audible in his career either. 2-0. That one at the letters for a strike. It's 2-1. So 2 balls, 1 strike, first and second, 1 down, bottom of the third inning. Vikes with 1 in each of the first 3. They lead at 3-0. The pitch swung on, smacked into right field, and a base hit. Rounding third, coming to the plate is Josie Jewell. Actually, Coach O is going to stop sign him, and now the throw to third base and back to the bag diving is Josie. I think there was a little bit of indecision from Coach O on whether he wanted to send him or not. Smith got the ball back in quickly. Josie stopped at third base, and he might have slipped a little bit as well. So now the bases loaded, 1 down, and the baby bull with an opportunity to blow this baby wide open.
Yep, and this is the situations that win and lose you ball games right here. If you can really capitalize with an extra base hit and get 2 or 3 across out of this, you're really going to break this open.
Ashbacker, a sacrifice bunt in the second inning. Infield up at all 4 spots for Oelwein. 3-0 the score, Decorah on top. Gilson ready, and the first offering swung on, popped up. On the infield fly rule has been called. Gilson will make the catch on the first base side in fair ground for the second out of the inning.
Batter was automatically out on the infield fly rule.
So 2 down, bases loaded. one in. And Cole Sweska to the plate. He executed a sacrifice bunt to perfection in that second inning to allow Jake Hovden to score on a squeeze play. And the first pitch to Cole swung on foul back. That one hit the top of the grandstand and caromed away to the right side. Fortunately, didn't come down and hit anybody at a funny angle there. No balls, one strike. 0-1 delivery. Chopper towards third. Over the head of the third baseman. Bauschken into left field for a base hit. Josie scores. Osley scores. A 2-out single for Cole Sweska. A 5-0 lead for Decorah.
Yep, big 2-out hit there, planting an extra 2 runs this inning, and that's the hit you were looking for in that situation.
Cole Sweska now with 3 RBI on the night as the Vikings lead it by a 5-0 margin. A 3 spot here in the third inning. And now 3 of the 5 runs you've scored have come with 2 outs.
Yep, that timely hitting, that's what sometimes wins you the ball game.
And Gavin Nimrod swings and misses at the first offering from Gilson. No balls, 1 strike. Gavin single to left his first time up in the second. 1 for 1. 5-0 Decorah. Here in the bottom of the third, Gilson comes set, 0-1 delivery, sprayed down the left field line and foul. And that one got the light. The auxiliary light near the Decorah bullpen has been busted off by that foul ball. It's a light that faces the opposite side of the field, so it won't be any sort of issue there, but boy, oh boy. That one could have been scary as the pitch taken low.
Yes, it could have been.
1 ball, 2 strikes. And Mike Ashbacker and Pat Truan doing their cleanup down in the Decorah bullpen. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. Gilson comes set, a look back at second. And the 1-2 delivery is outside for 2 balls, 2 strikes on Gavin Nimrod. 2-2 with 2 outs. We let anybody in this booth tonight, don't we? Deuce is wild on Gavin Nimrod. First and second, 2 down here in the third of a 5-0 Decorah lead. Gilson set in the 2-2 delivery. Swung on a fly ball towards center field. Wade Michaels retreating. He will make the catch in deep center. And that's that for the third inning. But 3-run score on 3 hits. No errors and 2 runners left. The Vikes through 3. Cruising along very well as they lead it by a count of 5-0. Again, you couldn't ask for a better start if you were Decorah here, Luke.
No, you really can't. The approach to the plate has been really flawless thus far, and the clutch hitting with 2 outs has really come through for us when we needed it.
So 3 runs in that past inning, and Taylor Gilson, who's been one of the top pitchers in the Northeast Iowa Conference this year, struggling tonight thanks to a pretty good approach at the plate by the Decorah Viking offensive players. And now, with a 5-0 lead as we go to the top of the 4th inning, Kyle Kane needs to do what Kyle Kane does. Throw strikes, change speeds a little bit, and keep those hitters off balance.
Yep, and in the last inning, that's where Gilson kind of got into a little bit of trouble. He put on a few guys with the free pass, and it ended up coming back to bite him. So you got to continue to throw strikes and make him put the ball in play.
Top of the 4th inning, Mason Shannon, who's been the toughest out for the Vikings against the Huskies this year. Shannon struck out swinging in a 7-pitch at bat in the first inning. Kane delivers and pitch, swung out and missed, started him with a curve, and over the top of it was Shannon. No balls, 1 strike. We mentioned that Kyle had not faced the Huskies in the regular season as that one golfed away foul. No balls, 2 strikes. You remember that first doubleheader was the second night of a back-to-back conference doubleheader situation thanks to some makeups. The pitch swung on, fouled back. No balls, 2 strikes. So on a Monday night, Josie and Kyle threw against New Hampton. Mm-hmm. And then on a Tuesday night, Dustin Carey and Jake Qualley threw against Oelwein. The pitch swung on and missed. Took a little something off, and Kyle gets his second strikeout. Both times have been Mason Shannon.
Yeah, pretty good sequence there. Like you said, you take a little bit off the fastball to get that strikeout. That's what. Sometimes you don't need to blow by him. You can just pull the string a little.
See Mr. Riley down there picking up that glass on the third base side in the Decorah bullpen. As Hud Johnson, first ball swinging, throws one or rolls one towards third, and Josie Jewell, he takes his time and throws on to first base, and quickly 2 up, 2 down here in the second inning. Or the fourth inning, I should say.
Jeez, yeah, I thought we went back in time there.
I could make an excuse that it's been a stressful couple hours for me, but you know what? When the Vikes are playing well, the stress level goes away.
Sure does, don't it?
2 down, nobody on, and Jake Mullis to the plate, single to left in the second inning, 1 for 1. A curveball makes Mullis spin away. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Mullis was dancing in the box that time. 1 ball, no strikes. The count on from Kyle Kane to Jake Mullis, who has one of the 2 hits for the Huskies to this point. The pitch taken low. It is 2 balls, no strikes again. I want to thank AM 1240 KWLC for letting us have their transmitter so we can broadcast this game tonight. Had a power failure up the radio station about 5:30, and this pitch taken low. It's 3 balls, no strikes. And I want to thank Jennifer Canton, the faculty advisor up at KWLC, for letting us have the transmitter there. 3-0 the count with 2 down. The pitch a little low for ball 4. Kyle walks his first man, and Mullis is on base for the second time tonight.
And that's the last thing you want to do when you start off the inning with getting the first 2 guys with relative ease, is put the next guy on in 4 pitches.
Andrew Berg, here in the top of the 4th inning, will bat. He popped out to third in the second, 0 for 1. Swings the first one, and Kyle pulls the string on him with the changeup. A swing and a miss, 0-1. Winner of this one plays Wednesday night in New Hampton for the right to go to the state tournament. No balls, 1 strike to count with 2 down. The 0-1 delivery swung on and fouled away third base side and out of play. 4 no balls, 2 strikes to count on Berg. Kyle has allowed hits in the last 2 innings, but has not allowed multiple base runners on base for the Huskies tonight in a single frame. 0-2 delivery, fastball up, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Couple of steps off the bag at first base is Mullis. And the pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Third strikeout for Kyle Kane. And it's 1 walk and 1 man left. We head to the bottom of the 4th inning. We're halfway home already in this district final as the Decorah Vikings lead the Oelwein Huskies by a 5-0 margin. And perhaps some changes coming in for the Huskies. I think Andrew Berg is going to get the ball now. Berg will move from first base to pitcher. Hud Johnston, who was the DH, will move to first base. Bauschke is going to be out of the game, and Gilson will move over to third base. So the Vikes knock out Gilson after 3 innings, and Andrew Berg has the job of keeping the offense at bay here, as the Vikes have taken Gilson out after 3 innings, 5 hits, 5 runs, 3 earned, 2 walks, and 2 strikeouts. Andrew Berg did face Decorah once on the regular season. An inning and a third, a hit, no runs, no walks, and 1 strikeout. On the season, Berg making his 4th appearance out of the pen, his 10th appearance overall, 4-1, 2.26 ERA. Opponents hitting .257 against him. So we head to the bottom of the 4th inning, and Colin Nimrod will come to the plate. He'll bat for the 3rd time in 4 innings. Nimrod reached out an error and scored in the 1st inning and ended the 2nd with a ground out to short. Vikes have gotten their leadoff runner on in all 3 frames to this point, as first pitch taken out of the zone from Berg. It is 1 ball, no strikes. Kind of interesting, and maybe, and I'm sure Coach Gerhardt has his reasons for this, The 1-0 delivery, taken on the inside edge for a strike, is 1 ball, 1 strike. If you're going to go to your pen, I'm surprised he didn't go to Michaels here.
Yeah, I really am too, but maybe the left-hander has something to do with it.
Swing and a foul at the plate is 1-2. Michaels was very effective against Decorah. In fact, he had the second most strikeouts against Decorah of any pitcher this year, striking out 8 in a victory here towards the end of June. 1-2 delivery, smacked into right field. It'll land in front of the right fielder, Jake Smith, who will throw to first base, and beating it out is Colin Nimrod. Colin was dogging it a little bit, heading towards first base. Sometimes you do it when the ball hits the outfield, but that one got out to Jake Smith and right, and credit Jake Smith for making a play out of that and almost getting an out.
Yeah, it was very, very heads up by him. Sometimes you can't get him at first base like that, but really nice job by Colin taking that high curveball right where he's supposed to and dumping it to right field.
So Jake Qualley will bat. Qualley will bunt up the third base side, and I believe that will be a foul ball. It will be, as Qualley bunted up the third base side, and it went foul. It's no balls, 1 strike. Qualley grounded to short in the first inning and walked and scored in the third. So 4 innings, 4 times the Vikings have gotten their leadoff runner on.
Yep, and almost every time outside of the first, I think a bunt has followed.
No balls and 1 strike the count. Qualley squaring to bunt, takes a curveball high from Berg. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. You are correct. In fact, in the second inning, 2 bunts followed.
Okay. That's
a
right.
Sacrifice, then a wild pitch got hubbed into third, and then a suicide squeeze, and a bunt up the first base side for Berg. Fielding, he'll throw to first base, and Johnston covering. Sacrifice complete, 1-3. Small ball working well. Vikes 4 for 4 in sacrifice situations tonight, Luke.
Yep, it's been perfect, and that's a big part of the ball game, as we've seen so far tonight, is doing the little things, and we've done them tonight so far.
And Dustin Carey, who is 0 for 2, will come to the plate. Carey and Ashbacker, the only Vikings yet to reach base tonight. Carey struck out swinging in the first, sacrificed a runner up in the third inning. The pitch goes high. 1 ball, no strikes. We forgot to put the sign up that if you come up here, you have to turn your cell phone on vibrator, no noise. The pitch swung on, smacked into left field, and it'll fall for a base hit, rounding third, and overrunning it is Vogel out in left field, so Colin Nimrod will score easily. Carey will stop at second. It's 6-0 Decorah.
Well done by Carey. Good swing, and then we kind of pick up the extra run there. I'm not sure if Coach O would have sent him or not, but it's irrelevant as the ball gets by the left fielder there.
A single and an error it will be as Josie Jewell will bat. 6-0 Decorah. Josie singled in the second inning and was intentionally walked and scored in the third. Berg on in relief of Gilson, who gave up 5 runs, 3 earned in 3 innings. Berg, the left-hander, with an exaggerated motion, will take the pitch high. 1 ball, no strikes. And your motion is a thing of comfort. Is he trying to kind of hide the ball with his motion here? The 1-0 delivery taken up again, 2 balls, no strikes.
Yeah, and he does do a pretty nice job of hiding it kind of behind his left hip there. Kind of a deceiving motion to the plate.
2 balls, no strikes, the count. The stretch, a look back at second, and the 2-0 delivery, swing and a miss, set a changeup. It is 2-1. Carey at second, 1 down. 6-0 Decorah. The Vikes have been able to score in every inning to this point. By the way, if you're a visitor up here, turn your cell phone on vibrate or mute, please. Pitch swung on, loop towards second. Catch made there at second base by Amos Miller. And there's 2 down now here in the second inning. We gladly accept Coach Rollinger's apologies. We'll allow him 1 mistake. He doesn't make too many. James Astley will bat. Struck out swinging in the first, single to left, knocked in a run, scored himself in the third inning. As Berg will step off, whirl, and bluff a throw to second, and a stumbling dive back from Dustin Carey. By the way, you might have to fill some time in the middle of the 5th inning. As the pitch swung on, driven towards right center field. After it is Michaels. He will make a running catch to retire the side. But the Vikes get 1 more, 1 run, 2 hits, 1 error, and 1 left. We will head to the 5th inning. It is a lead of 6-0 for Decorah as Kyle Kane will return to the hill. Kyle Kane's been where it started tonight. Way better defensive and pitching performance from the other night. He's walked 1, given up 2 hits, struck out 3 through his 4 innings to this point. Been very economical with the pitches as well. 52 pitches through 4 innings. That means he's been right around the zone, Luke.
Yeah, he has, and that's really the key. But you do have a big lead right now, but you can't get too complacent. You got to keep attacking. You don't want to give them any hope, any life into these later innings.
As the Huskies will have their bottom third of the order here in the 5th inning. Wade Michaels will lead things off. He popped out to the pitcher, Kyle Kane, in the 2nd inning, 0 for 1. And looky here, we got sunshine again. We should have about an hour more of sunlight tonight, so the pitch swung on and fouled back. It's no balls, 1 strike. Quick moving game to this point. Started at 6:58. We're sitting here at 7:52. And that's what happens when strikes are thrown and ground balls are picked up. 0-1, pitch in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike from Kyle Kane. Vikes has scored in each frame. A 2-out RBI single in the 1st inning from Josie Jewell. A sacrifice squeeze play bunt off of Cole Sweska's bat to score Jake Hubden in the 2nd. As that one falling into center field, and a running grab is made by Gavin Nimrod for the 1st out here in the 5th inning.
Yeah, Gavin made that look pretty darn easy. He read it very well off the bat. Didn't take a false step and caught it on the run for a pretty routine looking play.
1 down, nobody on. 6-0 Decorah here in the 5th. And Jake Smith will come to the plate. Foul to the catcher in the 3rd inning was retired on a very nice play by Austin Ashbacker right up against the backstop fence. Off to our right is the first pitch taken alone outside from Kyle. It's 1 ball, no strikes. 2nd, and that was, we gave you the runs through the 2nd inning. 3rd inning, Vikes got 3 more. Osley an RBI single, a 2-out, 2-run single by Cole Sweska. Pitch swung on, fouled back. It's 1-1. Vikes got another run in the 4th inning. Carey singled to left, and Nimrod came home on an error out in left field by Tyler Vogel. So a 6-0 lead for Decorah here in the top half of the 5th inning. Waverly and Clear Lake were rained out tonight. The pitch swung on, sprayed into left field. After it is Cole Sweska. You can't get there. It'll be a base hit. Smith with a big turnaround first base, but Sweska will keep him to a single.
Yeah, pretty good piece of hitting there, and a nice job by Cole to get that ball quickly and erase any chance of the runner moving up to 2nd on that.
And we talk about leadoff runners of an inning. Vikes have gotten 4 leadoff runners on in 4 innings. Kyle Kane has retired the leadoff runner, or the leadoff batter, in all 5 innings to this point.
Yeah, it's really important. It kind of keeps your inning in order and takes out the chance for a lot of plays you can put on.
Kane comes set, and the first pitch to Amos Miller. A strike on the outside edge. No balls, 1 strike. Does this become a key batter with the top of the order on deck next?
Yeah, it really is. You'd like to stay out of the top of the lineup with multiple runners on.
Pitch swung on and missed, and it's 0-2. Another good changeup from Kyle Kane. The ball's 2 strikes to count with 1 down. 6-7-0 for Decorah. 0-3-3 for the Huskies to this point. Kyle comes set in the pitch. High and outside, missing on the fastball. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Now the sun taking up about 60% of the field right now. So that storm that passed through in the 5 o'clock hour, it's now officially done. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pitch smacked into right field. It'll land for a base hit. So Miller does a good job of hitting there. Going the other way on the curveball. And the Huskies have multiple runners on for the first time tonight in a frame.
And here's what we were talking about at the start of this inning. You got to bear down here and really make sure you shut them down, kind of twist the knife here a little bit.
First and second, 1 down, 5th inning, a 6-0 lead for Decorah. Tyler Vogel popped to third in the first and single to left in the third. Kane delivers, and the pitch swung on, fouled away over our heads on the third base side. It is no balls and one strike. Vikes hosting the district for the first time in a couple of years. It's the first time in 3 years they've actually played in the district final that they have hosted. 0-1 delivery, and the pitch taken low. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Districts were over at Waukon last year. Substate was at Charles City. The stretch, a look around the base pass, and the 1-1. Swung on, fly ball, left field, angling towards the line is Cole Sweska. He will make the catch. Runners stay put. 2 down, inning number 5. Dustin Carey beginning to warm up a bit in the bullpen for Decorah, as Taylor Gilson will try to help his own cause. Runners at first and second. 2 down here in the 5th inning of a 6-0 lead for Decorah. Gilson is 0 for 2. He's fly to right in the first, and he popped to second in the third. A stretch by Kane, a look back at second. A second look out of the stretch and the pitch. Curve ball taken low. Didn't quite get that front knee, and it's 1 ball, no strikes. Pitch swung on, smacked into left. Retreating is Cole Sweska. Lunges back. He can't get there. Scoring is Jake Smith. Miller gets a stop sign at third on a 2-out RBI double by Taylor Gilson. Huskies on the board at 6-1.
Yeah, really well hit ball over the left fielder's head there. But luckily we played pretty good defense there out in left field, picking the ball up quickly, and only 1 run got a chance to cross the plate.
Gilson will run for himself as Mason Shannon will bat. He struck out twice. Once in the first, once in the fourth.
Mason Shannon.
For Gilson, that's RBI number 22 on the season. He's second on the squad in that category. Shannon swings and misses at a change from Kane. It's 0-1. The stretch. And the 0-1 with second and third. Pitch blown outside. A scoop stop from Ashbacker. With Shannon being a right-hand hitter, that's a subtle advantage of being a left-hand catcher. He can scoop it like he did. Granted, you probably want to get the body in front instead. The 1-1, curveball taken low like he did right there.
Yep, that was pretty textbook on that one.
2 balls, 1 strike to count. That baby bull, he listens pretty well, doesn't he?
He does.
2 balls, 1 strike to count. Kyle comes setting the 2-1. Swung on a fly ball, left field. Angling towards line and foul ground. Cole Sweska, he's under it in foul territory. He will make the catch to retire the side. Huskies get 1 run on 3 hits, no errors, 2 left. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Luke, filibuster. It's 6-1 Decorah.
Yeah, you bet. It was a pretty big play out in left field on that double by Cole Sweska to get to that ball, pick it up cleanly, and fire it back in. It kind of ensured that second run of that inning wouldn't score. And scoring 1 run in an inning, there's a big difference in the mindset versus scoring 2 runs in an inning. Kind of helped keep the momentum in our dugout. As we move here to the bottom of the 5th, it's kind of turned into a beautiful night out here. The sun's out, and as we're into the 5th inning stretch, Decorah will lead it off with Kyle Kane in the 6th hole. And here comes Darren right on back.
Well, that's we were joined tonight by Coach Rollinger on the whole Viking end of things.
We could have just had him sing the whole thing.
I think so. You know, if Mr. Riley was up here, we'd probably do that. I'd probably trust his vocal ability a little more than Rolly's. We love you, Rolly, but you know what? Riley can sing better than you. You haven't sang at any weddings lately, have you?
Bottom of the 5th.
Or ever, for that matter. Kyle Kane will lead things off here in the 5th inning. Kyle reached on an error in the 2nd, and his courtesy runner Jake Upton scored. He singled to right in the 3rd inning. 6-1. Decorah on top as we play the bottom half of the fifth inning. Berg delivers and the pitch taken high. 1 ball, no strikes. Keene gave up his first run in the fifth inning, but there are innings you're going to give up with those multiple hit innings, but the key is not to walk anybody to go along with it as the pitch taken up. It is 2 balls, no strikes on Kyle Keene. 2-0 delivery. Pitch taken low, 3 balls, no strikes. And we talked about it with Coach O in the pregame show. Kyle struggled on the mound the other night. But what separates the good from the bad when it comes to baseball is the pitch outside corner for a strike. It's 3-1. Is not taking those early game or one-play struggles to another facet of your game. 3-1 the count, the pitch taken low for ball 4, so Keene becomes the 5th batter in as many frames to lead off an inning by reaching base for Decorah. Kyle walked a couple in that first inning, struggled on the mound, but did a lot of good things at the plate. Jake Qualley had an error in the first inning. You never see that out of Qualley. Had a good night at the plate, came on in relief of Kyle, and did a fantastic job.
Yeah, you don't want your offense and defense in baseball to be dependent on one another. You want to kind of have a
symbiotic relationship. Right. Runner at first, nobody out. Ashbacker bunts up the first base side foul. No balls, 1 strike. Austin sacrificed a runner up in the second inning, popped out to the pitcher with the bases loaded in the third inning. So he's 0 for 1 officially on the night. Even with the bag at third is Gilson. Ashbacker bunts, does so up the third base side. Berg will look towards second base. Throw there, not in time.
Yep, I think that was and it proved to be the wrong decision on that play. Kind of took a little too much time getting to that ball. Should have taken it for sure out at first base.
And your catcher has to help you out there, doesn't he?
Definitely. As a pitcher, you can't really see that, so that should have been communicated from the catcher as well as the dugout.
First and second, nobody out. Cole Sweska to the plate. He has 3 RBIs tonight. Sacrificed a runner up in the second, a 2-run single to left in the third. Johnston up at third as Sweska squares to bunt, does so up the middle of the field. Throw to first base, a high throw. It's gloved by Miller at first base, so a sacrifice complete. 1-4. So runners at second and third for Gavin Nimrod as the Vikes try to score in every inning to this point. They lead at 6-1.
Yep, another job well done, bunting the baseball, and we've got another opportunity here to produce some more runs.
Gavin Nimrod is 1 for 2. Single to left in the second, flew out deep to center to end the third. Infield up at all 4 spots, lefty-lefty matchup, pitch taken low. 1 ball, no strikes the count on Gavin. Pitch swung on into right field and a base hit. Jake Nimrod will score. Brighton Meyer, the courtesy runner for Ashbacker, will stop at third base. An RBI single for Gavin Nimrod. Vikes have scored in every frame. They lead it 7-1.
Yep, another good at-bat from Gavin, and hammered that thing out into right field.
So Hovden scores. Meyer, the runner at third. And Colin Nimrod will bat. Infield will go back up the middle and remain up at the corners. Colin rolls one through the right side. It's picked up there by Johnson, and he keeps the runner at third and runs to first base and beats out Nimrod for the second out of the inning.
And even though it didn't work out that time, you really have to like Colin's approach. He saw that the second baseman was cheating towards second base, and he tried to go the other way. Didn't work out that time, but you like the effort.
So Jake Qualley will bat. He's officially 0 for 1, grounded to short in the first, walked and scored in the third, sacrificed runner up in the fourth. 7-1 Decorah as Qualley loops one into left field. It'll be a base hit. Scoring is Meyer. Nimrod coming to the plate. Throw there, not in time. Qualley moves to second on the throw. 9-1 Decorah.
And another big-time 2-out hit there. Keeps the line moving and widens the gap.
Vikes have scored 5 of their 9 runs with 2 outs here tonight, as Dustin Carey will come to the plate. Carey struck out swinging in the second. sacrificed a runner-up in the third and singled to left in the fourth inning. Stretch by Berg, and the pitch is inside. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Pitch swung on, smacked into left field, and a diving catch is made out and left by Vogel. It wasn't exactly textbook, but he got the job done out and left. But a well-hit ball by Carey, and he ends up getting it out because of it. But a 3-run inning, 2 runs, or 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left. And now the advantage, 9-1 Decorah as we go to the 6th inning. Darren Swenson and Luke Kane here tonight on AM 1240 KDEC. I want to thank KWL Decorah. We want to thank KWLC for letting us run the game through their transmitter tonight. We had a power failure at the radio station about 5:30 tonight, and there was a few stressful moments, but you know what? We got the game on the air. A little ingenuity goes a long way.
You bet. And you know, Darren, you really have to like the team effort tonight offensively. From everybody's played a role, bunting the baseball or swinging the bat. It's really, truly been a team effort.
And Hud Johnston will come to the plate for Oelwein. Johnston 0 for 2 on the night. Fouled the first in the second, grounded to third in the fourth. Kane's given up 5 hits, 1 run, walked 1, and struck out 3 to this point. And Johnston swings and fouls it right side. No balls and 1 strike to count. Almost caught E-Train napping there.
Not a good reason.
Pitch swung on, smacked foul. No balls and 2 strikes. You can't beat fun at the old ballpark.
Sure can't.
No balls, 2 strikes to count. 9-1 Decorah. They're out hitting Oelwein 9-5. And the fastball goes up from Kane. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Kyle's now thrown 74 pitches tonight. Looking to get his 8th win of the year. Qualley got his 8th the other night as the pitch, breaking ball fouled onto the roof of the grandstand directly behind home plate.
Might have got away with one there, left that breaking ball up, and when you do it to a big guy like Johnson, you never know what's going to happen.
Pitch swung on, popped up. First base side, Kyle Kane heading into foul territory. He will make the catch for the first out here in the 6th inning. So 1 down, nobody on, 6 innings. 6 opening batters retired for Kyle Kane.
Stepping up, Jake Mullis.
And Jake Mullis will bat. He's been on base twice, singled in the 2nd and walked in the 4th. The only walk of the night for Kyle Kane. We went back to the other night against Crestwood as Mullis first ball swinging, pops one down the right field line. Osley angling into foul ground. Long run for Osley, and he makes the catch. About halfway between the dugout and the bullpen on the first base side, so 2 down here in the 6th inning.
Yep, good run by Osley and good communication out there to avoid any chance at a collision.
So 2 down, nobody on.
Andrew Berg.
And Andrew Berg to the plate, fouled or popped to third in the 2nd. Struck out swinging in the 1st or in the 4th as he swings and fouls the first pitch back over our heads on the third base side. No balls, 1 strike. 9-1 Decorah, 1 in the 1st, 1 in the 2nd, 3 in the 3rd, 1 in the 4th, 3 in the 5th for Decorah. The pitch swinging a foul back is no balls, 2 strikes on Andrew Berg. Winner of this one goes to New Hampton on Wednesday night. And we'll play the winner of tomorrow night's Waverly Shellrock Clear Lake game at Waverly. That game was rained out tonight. 0-2 delivery. Pitch taken outside. It is 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. Vikings chase starter Taylor Gilson after 3 innings, 5 runs, 3 earned. Berg came in after that. Fly ball right field. Retreating is James Osley. Got him turned around, and he's able to make the catch out in right field. It wasn't pretty, but he got the job done. And a 3-up, 3-down, 6th inning.
Yeah, it wasn't textbook. He popped the hips a few different times, but it got the job done. Used his feet, and it carried him all the way there.
So 3-up, 3-down. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Vikes up, and Wade Michaels will be coming into the game now for Oelwein. Berg done after a couple of innings. Michaels is going to be in center, coming in from center field. A new player out in center field. I believe that will be if I can get my disorganization out here. It'll be Jared Latteberg out in center field. And basically, Andrew Berg is leaving the game. Latteberg comes in at center. Michaels, who's been one of the top 2 pitchers for Oelwein, will pitch here in the bottom of the 6th inning. 9-1 the score as we play the bottom of the 6th inning. We talked about contributions up and down the lineup. Just if we can give an in-game box score. We don't have a sponsor for this, but we'll give one anyway. Colin Nimrod been on base twice tonight. Jake Qualley been on base twice. Has a sacrifice. 2 RBI. Dustin Carey with a hit and a sacrifice. Josie Jewell with a hit, a walk, and an RBI. James Osley with a hit, a run scored, and an RBI. Kyle Kane reached on an error, walked. His courtesy runner, Jake Hovden, scored a couple of runs. He's got a hit as well. Austin Ashbacker's courtesy runner scored once. He's got 2 sacrifices. Cole Sweska, 3 RBIs, 1 for 1, and 2 sacrifices. Pitched low to Josie, 1 ball, no strikes. And Colin Nimrod, 2 for 3, a run scored, and an RBI. That's contributions up and down the lineup, Luke.
Yep, and those, you can tell we've had that with the 9 runs.
1-0 on Josie Jewell. Of course, Vikes eligible for some A&J Petersburg insurance runs here as Michaels throws low. It is 2 balls, no strikes. Josie, 1 for 3, an RBI single in the 1st inning. Walked and scored in the 3rd. Popped to 2nd in the 4th. Pitch swung on and missed. It is no balls and 2 strikes. Pitch swung on, driven, center field. Latteberg retreating towards the blue Munster. He will make the catch just in front of the blue Munster, and he will make the catch for the first out here in the inning. And Eric Smorstad's going to get a chance to bat for Osley here. Much to the delight of the Decorah crowd on the left side of us. S'more's just one of those real good kids. And the pitch low, 1 ball, no strikes. He had to fill in a role earlier on in the season, did that role very well, and kind of steadied the way at first base for a little while. The 1-0 delivery, outside, 2 balls, no strikes. And no matter what team you got, you always have room for a kid like an Eric Smorstad in your program.
There's no doubt about that.
2 balls, no strikes to count. Of course, he was a key part of that state championship football team a year ago. Pitch outside corner for a strike. It's 2 balls, 1 strike. 2-1 the count. Michaels ready. And the pitch just missed outside. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes now. Or 3-1, taken on the outside edge for a strike. It's 3 balls, 2 strikes now on S'mores. The pitch swing and a foul, and he stays alive. The catcher, Mason Shannon, couldn't quite hold on to that one. And the count remains 3 balls, 2 strikes. One down here in the 6th inning of a 9-1 Decorah lead. Michaels ready. And the pitch swung on, a fly ball to center field. Latterberg right there, and he will make the catch for the second out here in the 6th inning.
That's a really well-struck ball. Just happened to be right at the center fielder. Sometimes it works out that way.
Brings up Kyle Kane.
And Kyle Kane will come in. Reached down there and scored in the 2nd, singled right in the 3rd, and walked and scored in the 5th inning. The runs scored were actually by Jake Hovden, giving credit where credit is due. And the first pitch, Kane smacks it through the right side and through. Smith will pick it up. He'll look towards first, but wheels Kane too quick for the arm of Jake Smith.
Yeah, and that's another good opposite field approach by another member of our team. It's been really impressive the way they've gone the other way tonight.
And Jake Hovden's been a busy man because Kyle Kane is on base for the 4th time tonight.
Number 3,
and
running at first.
Austin Ashbacker will come to the plate. Sacrificed in the 2nd, popped to the pitcher in the 3rd. Sacrificed, reached on a fielder's choice, and Brighton Meyer, his courtesy runner, scored last inning. 9-1 Decorah here in the bottom of the 6th. Vikes trying to win the district title for the 2nd year in a row. The pitch in there for a strike to the Baby Bull. No balls, 1 strike. Vikes will, if they can hold on, will head to New Hampton Wednesday night. Their one trip there this year was successful. The 0-1 delivery swung on, popped up left side. The third baseman, Gilson, is under it, and he will make the catch to retire the side. One hit, one left. We head to the 7th inning, closing time for the Vikes as they lead it by a 9-1 margin.
Yeah, there hasn't been a whole lot to complain about here tonight on our performance, but really like to finish strong. Go 1, 2, 3 here.
Kyle Kane, 81 pitches through 6. He's given up 5 hits, 1 earned run. He walked 1, and he has struck out 3. Yet another quality start from Kyle Kane. I know the major leagues measure quality starts if you pitch 6 innings at least and give up 3 runs or less. So there really isn't an equivalent to the high school game, but if you even go by that stat, more often than not, the Vikes have gotten quality starts this year, Jake.
Yep.
Or, what's your name? Luke.
I'm Luke, yeah.
Okay, how you doing?
Yeah, and you know
I looked at quality, and you guys look alike.
We do, don't we? Both wore that number 10.
Yeah?
I don't know how he's going to get up to the press box.
As the Baby Bull getting his catching gear on and letting Semisonic play for a little.
It's never a bad thing.
A few more stanzas. We head to the top of the 7th inning. Wade Michaels, Jake Smith, and Amos Miller for Decorah, or for Oelwein.
Starting with Wade Michaels.
And Michaels is 0 for 2, popped to the pitcher in the 2nd, fly to center in the 5th. The pitch swung on, smacked into left field, and a base hit. So Michaels starts the 7th inning in style with a base hit. The 6th hit given up by Kyle Kane, and Jake Smith will bat. This was the part of the order that the Huskies got their 1 run. And Tanner Rising will run for Michaels at first base. Jake Smith fouled to the catcher in the 2nd, singled and scored in the 5th inning. Pitch outside, 1 ball, no strikes. In case you're just joining us, Decorah got a run in the 1st. Josie Jewell, 2-out RBI single. A sacrifice squeeze play off the bat of Cole Sweska in the 2nd. Scored Jake Hovden. Vikes scored 3 in the 3rd. Swung on, popped up left side. Sweska went back, now comes in. Josie Jewell coming out, backpedals and makes a leaping grab.
It's kind of a tricky play for a third baseman right over his head like that, but Josie managed it pretty well.
One down, runner at first. Amos Miller to the plate, grounded to third in the third and singled right in the fifth. 1 for 2, a 9-1 lead for Decorah. They're out hitting the Huskies 10-6. Huskies out erroring the Vikings 3-0. And Miller will ground one towards third. Charging there is Josie. Looked towards second for a moment, throws to first base, and he threw it by Bryce Pierce. First error of the night for Decorah as Rising will head to third, and Miller down to second base. Huskies will have runners at second and third with one down.
You got to keep things in order there. I think Josie thought about going to second base, and that's what made him eventually rush that throw to first. At this point in the game, you just want to make sure you get the for sure outs if you can.
Tyler Vogel, top of the order, standing in. Vogel 1 for 3 as he smacks one into right center field, and that one will land for a base hit. Rounding third and scoring is Rising. Stopping at third is Amos Miller. It's now a 9-2 ball game as Vogel gets a base hit to right, and Taylor Gilson will bat. Gilson fly to right in the first, popped to second in the third, and double to left to score a run, or to bring home a run, I should say, in the fifth. Just need to relax here. You need to get 2 more outs before they get 7 more runs. It sounds simple, but that's what it is right now.
Yes, it is. Don't make it any harder than it has to be.
Especially for me. Always like that simple analysis. As Kane delivers the pitch, a strike to Gilson. It snowballs 1 strike. 9-2 the score. Decorah on top. With 1 down and runners at the corners here in the top of the 7th inning. Fly ball right center field. On the run is Gavin Nimrod. He will make the catch. Tagging at third and scoring is Amos Miller. Throw goes into second. It's 9-3, and there's now 2 down here in inning number 7.
Brings up Mason Shannon.
Gilson with the second RBI of the night. Vogel stays put at first. Mason Shannon, the last hope for the moment for the Huskies. Struck out swinging in the first and the fourth and fouled out to left in the fifth. A curveball is taken low. It is 1 ball, no strikes from Kyle Kane, trying to pick up his 8th win of the year. Stretch, and the pitch swung on, popped up on the infield. Josie Jewell is under it, and that's a Viking victory. A district championship for the Decorah Vikings as they beat the Oelwein Huskies by a 9-3 margin here at Oelwein-District Field tonight. Round of applause from the Viking faithful as Decorah moves on to 27-8 on the season. The win streak keeps going. A 9-3 win here tonight, and really not a lot of complaints.
Yeah, it was really a pretty complete ball game offensively and defensively. I think we just had the 1 error, and offensively we played a pretty darn solid game.
9 runs, 10 hits, 1 error, 7 left for Decorah. 3 runs, 7 hits, 3 errors, and 5 left for Oelwein. Winning pitcher Kyle Kane, 8-2. The losing pitcher Taylor Gilson, 8-4. The Vikings are now 27-8 on the season, and the Huskies bow out their campaign at 22-12. So now you get a night off, a night of rest, and you get the winner of Waverly Shellrock Clear Lake on Wednesday night. A sub-state final in New Hampton. I know you were familiar with that 3 years ago, and it was an excellent ball game, and we hope for another good ball game, but a better result come Wednesday night from the last time the Vikings played at New Hampton for a sub-state game.
Yep, we'd really like to see a win. I think that'll start with the good pitching that we started with tonight. Who knows who the starter will be, but their job will be to come out and get strike 1 and out 1 of the inning, keep those things in order, and then a solid defense will come behind it. But another good effort like tonight should get the job done.
All right, Luke, another solid job by you, and way to filibuster in a no commercial broadcast tonight, but we thank you for hopping on board, and we'll talk to you again on Wednesday night, brother.
Sounds good, buddy.
All right, Luke Kane exiting the broadcast. Many people to thank for making it possible. First and foremost, our advertisers, the good sports-minded people who helped us bring the game wherever you were tonight. Without their help, this coverage is not possible. So as always, even though you didn't hear from them tonight, we thank the members of the KDEC Sports MVP Club as well as the other sports boosters who help us bring the games wherever you were tonight. Without their help, this coverage would not be possible. So as always, we encourage you to support the businesses who support local high school sports. I also want to thank KWLC and Jennifer Canton up at Luther College for letting us have the frequency tonight. And without their help, this game wouldn't have been on the air, so we appreciate Jennifer and the help they provided us tonight after the station had the power failure at about 5:30 tonight. And lastly, and most importantly, we thank you. That's right, you, the listener, for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast. We know you enjoyed the outcome. Final score tonight, Decorah defeats Oelwein by a 9-3 margin. Coming up Wednesday night, we'll have Sub-State Baseball from New Hampton. Decorah will take on either Clear Lake or Waverly Shell Rock, and that'll be a 6:50 airtime, and Luke and I will have the coverage as of that time. So for our entire KDEC sports team, for Ryan Delahant and the folks up at KWLC who helped us get on the air tonight, for Luke Kane, I'm Darren Swenson. Oh, yeah, Elliot Christian, moral support. We always got to give him the love that's necessary as his PA season is done. But nonetheless, we always appreciate his efforts. But Decorah defeats Oelwein. They are district champs for the second year in a row. 9-3 over Oelwein tonight. Thanks a bunch for tuning in. We'll talk to you again on Wednesday night.